Hi everyone, in this video we will understand what is palindrome, and also we will build a logic to determine whether a given string is palindrome or not. Okay, let's get ready. So what is palindrome? A palindrome is a sequence of characters that reads the same forward and backward, right? In other words, if you reverse the order of the characters in the sequence, you will get the same sequence, right? Palindromes can be formed from any combination of characters, including letters, digits and symbols, as long as the sequence remains the same when read backward. Let's see some examples. Let's say radar. So radar is a palindrome because it reads the same forward and backward. So forward RADAR and backward RADAR, right? It reads the same forward and backward. Level is a palindrome, right? Again, this is the same. LEVEL, again LEVEL, level, right? And 1 2 3 2 1 is a palindrome because 1 2 3 2 1 forward direction and backward direction also 1 2 3 2 1 only, both are same. Even if you reverse these words, the same result will come, right? And if you take this one, a man, a plan, a kennel, Panama, if you reverse this after ignoring commas and backspaces, spaces and this exclamatory punctuation, if you ignore these all, even if you reverse this, the same result will come. A man, 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 right? PLAN, plan. Then a kennel, CANAL, PANAMA, right? The same way we are getting, right? So these are the examples of palindromes. Now let's see how we can build the logic for palindrome. Let's say radar. So this is how we need to think. So I know a palindrome. So if interviewer asks you to write the logic for palindrome, simple. First we have to remember what is palindrome. Okay, one example we can take and put on paper. Let's say radar, right? Now how I will think is, in this logic, if you observe the first R and R, the first starting index R is same as the last index character R, both are same. And if you see this, again the next index from the starting, the next index, whatever the character is there, that is same as the second index from the last, right? This will continue. Again third index will be same as the third index from the last. So this is how we need to compare the first character, the last character, the next character, the last but one character. So like that we have to go on comparing. Whenever we are comparing, when there is a mismatch between the characters, let's say the first one is not same as the last one, or the second one is not same as the last but one, then we need to return false, right? So when we have to break this execution, when means when the left indexes are always less than the right indexes, right? Let's say here the index of A is always less than the index of A here. The index of R is always less than the index of R here, right? So as far as the indexes from left are less than the right indexes, we are good. When they are equal, let's say D, let's say index come from, if we traverse from left indexes wise, we will get at some point of time we will reach the middle one, right? And if you traverse from the right, it will come here, and both are same, means indexes will become same. So we have to break, or in other words we can simply say, always we have to make sure that as far as the left indexes are less than the right indexes, then we can go on executing the logic, comparing the logic. Okay, so we will put that. Okay, let's take this R has the left index and this R has a right index, and we will build a program. Okay, it's very simple to understand. Now see here in the main method I have written, I am calling isPalindrome function, isPalindrome method. So this will take the string as an argument. So it has to return whether that is palindrome or not. If it is palindrome, we have to return true. If that is not palindrome, then we need to return it as false. Okay. So now if you observe this, how we have to start? Let's start like this. So if you see this, we need to take the index of R, that is initial, we will initialize this one. Okay, with this, the first index. What is this first index of string? This is 0 only, right? It starts from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So I will define the left, it is has a variable, some int variable, and initialize it with 0, that is a starting position. Okay, so we need to take two variables, left and right, to compare these two characters, right? Yes. So int left equals to 0, right? Next, int right. So how can you take the right value? So right is nothing but the last character, index, right? How many, what will be the last one? How can we know? How can we know? This is nothing but if you take the length, let's say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, sorry, length, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Length is 5 characters, but what is the last index? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. So 4 is 5 minus 1, right? That is length minus 1 will become the last index. Always remember, if you want to get the last index of a string, simply we need to do length minus 1, because length is always plus 1 of the last index, or last index will be the minus 1 of the length. Okay, so what is, how to calculate length of the string? We have a length method in the string, right? Length method, right? Minus 1, that's it. It will give the last index, that means index of this R. We are good. Now we need to continue this process, that means we need to put this logic into a while loop, right? Because while loop when we use, we don't know how many number of iterations we are going to make. In that case, we will use while loop, right? So let's start with while loop. So here we already discussed, right? So it has to continue as far as the left index is less than the right index, right? So left is less than right, that's it. So it will continue. So now what we have to do, we have to compare the left character with the right character. So the left index we know 0, initially that is 0. Okay, let's put this in the if condition. So how can we get the character at 0th index? How can we get it? Using the char at method, right? We have a char at method of string. We can simply pass left value here, and if it is, let's say they are not equal. Okay, if they are not equal, then we can break and we can return false, right? If they are not equal, we can return false. If they are equal, we have to continue. So if they are not equal, what I want to do is, if they are not equal, let's say char at right side. Okay, the right one we are taking. Now if they are not equal, what we will do? Simply we will return false. If, let's say, if they are equal, then it will come here, right? So if they are equal, what we have to do? We have to go to the second one. That means we next one we have to compare. That means we have to move to the A from left and move to the A from right. That means we need to index, we need to increment the index by 1, right? Here we need to increment this index by 1 so that it will reach here, and here we need to decrement the index by 1 so that it will reach here, right? So what we will do? Left we need to increment by 1, and right we need to decrement by 1. So that's it. So after doing all this, so let's say if it doesn't enter in this while, let's say if it is a single character also, it doesn't enter this while loop, in that case we can return true, because that is also palindrome. The single character is always a palindrome, because that reads, it doesn't have left and right, so from left it will be same, from right it will be same, right? So for single character it won't enter this while loop and it will return true. And if multiple characters are there, then with this logic what will happen? If at any point of time if the characters from left and right are not same, it will return false. Otherwise we will go to the next step. After completing this all, it will come out with, if it will come out of this while loop, and we can happily return true, right? So this is a logic of palindrome. Let's test this. Okay, radar we are testing it. Let's test this. Yes, true, it is returning true. You can test any other thing, level, let's say level, true. And now let's say I will take some A here. Okay, so it is not a palindrome, right? False. So even you can take any, let's say four letters also you can take, L-E-E-L. Okay, L-E-E-L. So this is 4-letter word, right? So the same logic will be executed, right? So let's see. This is what? Palindrome only, right? So this is how we need to think of palindrome. It's very simple, right? So whenever we write a logic, first of all we need to understand the definition, and we need to real time how we do this, how we understand the logic. If you understand the definition properly, we are able to build the logic very easily. It is not that tough. Okay, thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more logical questions on strings I am going to make in future, and share with your friends also. Thank you. Bye bye.